gorging his little face on some Missouri tortoise diet. Have some babies. Yay! More! Hey, what's up guys, it's Mike with Alpha Reptile back with another video today, and today is a video that you have all been waiting for. This is the Reptile Room Tour for June and potentially July. I haven't decided if I'll put one out later in July because this is so late in June, but I really hope you guys are excited to see all the new stuff that is happening in the room. There's a new plant rack. I believe that's new since I was last made a room tour. There's a couple tank changes down there. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in today's video. Before we get started into the video too deep, I did want to mention that this video is sponsored by Levoit. That little baby right down there is a wicked air purifier that you guys will hear about more later on in the video. And just before we get started, I would love if you click that subscribe button, hit like if you're already interested in what I'm going to be sharing in the video. In the description down below, we do have some crazy turtle merch if you guys are interested to go check it out. Help support me, help support the Reptile Room, and let's go. Up top there, we have a 24 18 by 12 Exoterra. There is currently nothing in there other than a whole bunch of plants. I will do a tour of the plants in the very near future, so if you guys are interested, I can throw that in it as well. That's a plant tank, so nothing too interesting there. Here is another plant tank. And next to it, if you guys haven't seen, I believe it's the most recent video on the channel, I built this beautiful Frogs & Co. by Exoterra tank. It is a phenomenal tank. This tank is going to be for one of the species of frogs that we have, either the Crusiohyla, which are in there, and we'll see them in just a second, or the big-eyed tree frogs, Leptopellis flavomaculatus, I believe is their scientific name, that you guys will see later on in the video. But yeah, the tank is looking pretty solid, if I had to say so myself. Some things are growing in, some things are not doing quite as well as I had hoped, but yeah, overall, it's looking like a very solid tank and so far a solid setup. Down here, we have the turtles. These are the Geomyda spangleri, the black-breasted leaf turtle. These guys are a fantastic species of turtle, super charismatic, and super rare as well, so I don't want to get people too interested in them because they're impossible to find. But with that said, oh my gosh, why? But with that said, last week, I came home to my girlfriend introducing these two together, and I believe I do have a male and a female, so you know what happens when two young kids get together. Hopefully some babies in the future. I did talk to Anthony Perleone, the genius who literally wrote the book on this species, and he said that my female is a little bit young, so I shouldn't get my hopes too high, but other than that, awesome. And yeah, at least I know I have a for sure male and a female, which is super, super exciting. I've mentioned in other videos, they do have a tank here. As you can see, I do have lighting for them now, so this will be an upgrade probably for whatever the next Reptile Room tour you guys will see. We'll feature them in some new tanks, so be hyped for that. Until then, wish me luck in the comments down below, and maybe I'll have some babies. That would be great. Or eggs at least. That would be wonderful. Moving up over here though, past the frog tank, we have frogs. Finding them is one thing. I know there's one right at the very bottom of your screen there. You guys can see these are the Crusiohyla craspidopus, an incredible species of frog that are extremely rare in the hobby and just in general. So I'm very privileged to have these in my care because they're just a remarkable species of frog, and I know I get made fun of for keeping such a crazy species of frog in a plastic bin, but right now it works. It's not ideal, I suppose, but they will be upgraded, and hopefully I'll be able to produce some frogs. I've never tried to breed tree frogs before, at least. Dart frogs are easy, but tree frogs require a little bit more work. That's them. Their bin's doing wonderful, almost too wonderful to be totally honest. So they're both thriving. Down here, you guys can see that I have Striker, the OG, the one who started it all, the high yellow leopard gecko. There's no way he's gonna come out because he's very reclusive and really likes to hide in that back hide back there. I don't even know if you guys can see it, but behind this big plant here, there's a hide. And yeah, he chills back there pretty much all day, every day. At some point, I'm definitely going to redo his tank because I just think I made this hide too cavernous and too wide of an opening. So I think he decides not to use it because of that. With that said, though, I think the tank looks pretty solid. He's got a deep heat projector up there, natural daylight, live plants. I can't call it bioactive because there isn't really any insects in here other than a few mealworms, maybe. Striker, I wish he would come out. I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. So, love him, love his setup, and I wish he was slightly more social, to be totally honest. I won't spend too much time on it. I got a beautiful Philodendron giganteus, but it has thrips. So many of my plants have thrips. It is infuriating. So if you guys have any tips, I have this stuff here. The like copert beneficial mites. I have the Safer's End All, which I do treat, and it seems to work pretty well, but they do come back fairly quickly afterwards. If you have any tips, let me know. Now, with that said, we can move over to this fantastic unit that hasn't been in my life too long, but it has made a very noticeable difference in the reptile room. So allow me to talk about it. If you guys are interested in improving the air quality in your home, neutralizing pet odors in your pet room, or just having better quality of air for your entire household or the room that this is stationed in, this is the Levoit Core 400S Air Purifier. As I mentioned earlier, this is a relatively new addition to the reptile room. I've only had it for about a week and a half, but in that time, I noticed pretty much immediately that it did drastically improve the quality of air in the room, and not only that, but it really helped neutralize the pet odors. This is due to the Levoit ARC formula. It degrades and neutralizes pet odors really fast, whether it's pet generated or just kind of standard wear and tear around the household. Additionally, there is a laser dust sensor on board, and it picks up particles in the air, and with the automatic functioning of the unit, it cranks it up and removes those particles as fast as it possibly can. The more particles in the filter, the lesser in your lungs. With all that said, this unit is also extremely convenient because it's all controlled by the smartphone app called VSync on your phone. It shows you a live reading of what the particle sensor is capturing in the air. You can set it to automatic so it adjusts to various different particle loads, or you can just have it cranking if you really want some fresh, crisp air in your reptile room. If you want the air in your room to be as clean as it possibly can be for when you arrive home from work, you can schedule it to come on an hour or two before you get home, and you'll walk into a crispy, fresh room. And the last thing that I'll mention, the entire time that I've been recording this audio, the air purifier has been running. Granted, it's on its lowest setting, but it is super, super quiet. So if you guys are interested in what I had to say the last couple minutes, make sure you click the link down below. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check out. It is on sale for Amazon Prime Day, so make sure you go check it out. Help support the channel as well as provide some crispy, fresh air for you and all of your pets. We can move on to this rack, and this is like the big boy rack, large rack from Costco. Here we have our beautiful Boiga dendrophylla melanota. Can be a spicy little guy and very reluctant to eat, which is very annoying, but still an incredible species, and I'm really looking forward to him getting a little bit bigger, although with the rate at which he eats, it will take some time for him to get there. Eventually we will be building him a massive tank probably paludarium style. We haven't really gotten that far just yet. Right now he's just in a 12-12-24 by Exoterra. In here, there is nothing in here, but you'll notice that it is a redesigned tank than what it used to be last Reptile Room Tour, and that is because there are some new additions going in there, and I'll be posting a video about that probably next week that you guys are seeing this. The video will be the build, and then the reveal will be slightly after that. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think might be going in this tank. If anybody guesses it right, I will definitely let you know that you got it right. But we got some Cebu Blue in the back there. Got some grasses in here. Got some philodendron back there. And then we got another cool philo at the very back there. Some spider plant. And some Gesneriads. And then the classic Monstera Adansonii. Next to them, we have Bree's pair of Chihuahua. The female, Gamora, is at the back there. You can see her hanging out, chilling, soaking up some... actually, back there, I don't think much UV gets there, but there is UVB mounted right up top there, so they do get UVB. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I did just post a photo showing them basking in said UV, but this is the tank that Bree set up for them. I think it looks pretty stellar, all things considered. It's meant to be very basic as a base because it is a breeding tank, and we actually have access to all the little nooks and crannies, including behind their cork bark there. We do have access to back there. This little piece right there actually comes out, and we can access into their cork bark log in case they decide to hide some eggies in there, and we need to get them. So those are the two PI Chihuahuas. In here we have another Chihuahua. This is Rocket, and he does tend to live up to his name. I'm not gonna mess with him too much here, but this is Rocket. Again, another PI Chihuahua tank. This was actually Bree's very first tank she ever built, or maybe it's her second one, but this will be getting changed out probably for the next Reptile Room Tour that you guys see. These are both 18-18-24s. So up here in this bin, we have a female grow out PI Chihuahua. This one will be getting paired to another Chihuahua that you guys will see later on in the video. I'm not going to get her out just right now, but we will be, I know I've said it, I think pretty much every Reptile Room Tour, but we will be doing a Meet All My Pets, so you guys will see her in that. But she is a very beautiful young Chihuahua. They'll be getting paired up in the next probably 10 to 12 months or so, maybe slightly less. Up top here we got more plants and such, and another tank of plants. So plant room tour question mark? Alrighty, and now we can move down to the bottom of this rack, which has entirely hognoses. This is Callista. This is one of Bree's dumpster hogs. She is an Arctic albino anaconda. Absolutely stunning hognose, but like I said, she's not aggressive, but she will happily consume a finger or really anything, honestly. Next to Callista, we have Rowan, who laid 19 fertile eggs. I think I might still make a video on it, so I'm not going to go into detail now. Rowan is just a hognose. I believe she's just she's a red line anaconda, I'm pretty sure. Come on. Okay. We are seeing if she'll double clutch this year. It's kind of a crappy day today, so we're actually going to throw in Lux, who is an albino anaconda, and who we'll go see next. But that's Rowan. This is the hog that started it all. The biggest derp around. There he is. This is Lux, Bree's albino anaconda. I'm not good with the morphs, so. Stunning male, though. Gorgeous. Just a beautiful snake. It's funny how much smaller the males are when compared to females. Like, he's about half. Oh, sorry, buddy. He's about half her size, just for comparison's sake. It's pretty small. He's on a break from breeding or anything of the sort. So, that is the bottom rack. And now we can move on to the shell. The shell got a very minor upgrade. He basically just got more light in his tub. We will be building a pen. I'm not sure if I'm going to be allowed to build one outside because we're living with Bree's parents, so I'm not sure if they're going to be okay with me building a pen for him outside, but mark my words, one day he will have a pen outside. But we do plan, if you guys haven't seen my reptile room plans video, go check it out. One of those two corners, you can go check the card out. But we do plan to make the entire bottom of this rack a pen for Sheldon. It'll be mostly just wood. We'll have some lighting, some live plants in there, heat, obviously, UVB, obviously, all the above, all the good stuff for him to enjoy his life, and eventually he will be moved outside for a bit. Now, I understand that this tub is much too small for a Herman's tortoise, but I am home right now. I'm not currently working on anything other than YouTube and kind of our own business. I take him out for running around time. He gets to basically free roam the entire reptile room, and he doesn't go into the main basement, but he gets to free roam the entire reptile room. So he'll be out for an hour or two every day. I'm not too worried about his exercise or anything like that. But you can see now he is gorging his little face on some Missouri tortoise diet. Delicious. Delicious. Next to Shell, this is Cardinal. She is a Thai bamboo rat snake. Cardinal. Oh, right on cue. Hi, Cardinal. Absolutely stunning snake. A crazy feeder, too. Like, she loves her food. But, just gorgeous. The reds, she's just a very beautiful snake. Hard to argue with a bright red snake. The cool thing with them is they like, well, it's nice and kind of a pain in the butt, but they really like cool temperatures. So she's kept on the very bottom rack, no heat, nothing like that. And then occasionally we'll even put her in the back room for like even cooler nights. So yeah, that is Cardinal, Breeze, Oreocryptophis, Porphyraceus, Coxeye. Good luck spelling that one. Over here we have a little 12 by 12 setup. Bree found a very small African, I believe, rain frog. Nope, it actually is a Madagascan rain frog. We haven't seen it since we put it in there, but we do hear it calling at night, so we know it's alive. It's a burrowing species. Like, it digs in the ground, consumes crickets, and that's that. Still, I mean, a decent setup for something like that. It's got live plants and it's bioactive, so I don't have a whole lot to add to that, to be totally honest. Bree's super stoked that she got it. Moving on from them is the other frogs that we're considering putting into the Exoterra Frogs & Co. tank that I built, the last video on the channel. These are the Leptopellis flavomaculatus. These are also kind of known as like big-eyed tree frogs, but unfortunately, behind me here, we have one that's being treated because its eye is super infected. We went to the vet probably 2.5 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago now to kind of talk to him about the frog, and he basically gave us some eye drops as well as some medication for it, Baytril to be exact, and we're treating it. It's not really getting all that much better, which is not good and not what we were hoping for, but we're still going to try our best. We might have to bring him back. He said he might have to remove the eye, and that's a decision that we're going to have to make at the time, what we're going to go with. The other 3 that we have are doing very well. They just recently got a trim back on their bin, so it's looking a little empty, but that's also because they make a giant mess of the sides of their bin, as you can kind of see, but the plants grow like crazy. We do have to trim the plants back every couple months, and it was well overdue. So we did that, and now it's all starting to grow back in. Those are the Flavomaculatus. Over here, I cannot wait to get these guys tank done. These are my beautiful, my beautiful springboards. These are Amirga basileri. They are the Sisa locale. They're the Amirga basileri chrome and green. I'd show you them, but they literally hide all the time. Otherwise I would show you. But their bin is, again, overgrown, but I just trimmed it back maybe 3 weeks ago, and it's already starting to be overgrown again, so constant maintenance on those things. The last dart frog on the menu is the female. Oh, hi there, ISO buddy. Casual isopod, just chilling. But the only dart frog remaining that I haven't showed you yet is this beautiful female Ufaga pumilio almirante. She always hides in that back bromeliad back there, so you guys probably won't actually see her. But her tank's doing well, so that's nice. Nice plants in here. Got a Urstar, got the Syngonium rayi. Those are actually aquarium plants. That's the Bucephalandra. Got a nice begonia back there. You guys probably seen the Philodendron micans. Yeah, we got Cebu Blue growing at the back there. There's a whole bunch of cool plants in here. And again, she will be getting moved into a custom-built tank by myself. But right now, this is plenty of space for a solo frog. So I will be making, in that update video, again, go check it out, but a whole rack essentially will be all glass tanks that I custom build and will be filled with a variety of different dart frogs. Alrighty, and moving up from that row, we got Breeze, female Leachionis gecko. She's hiding. I'm not gonna really worry about taking her out right now, but she's getting bigger. Eventually they will be getting a 24-18-24, I believe. We haven't quite finalized what size tank they'll get in the end. I don't want to spend too much time on her because you can't really see her. But moving next door, who you can see is the Strophrus ciliaris, the incredibly cool northern spiny tail gecko from Australia. Absolutely gorgeous species. We actually had to bring her, the female, you guys can see her back there, the vet recently as well, because she was egg bound. Now thankfully she was giving a massive dose of calcium, as well as we were given some take home, given orally, some calcium to give orally as well. So we ended up doing that, and she passed the egg a couple days later. So that's awesome. Really happy there was no other complications. Dr. Brown, the vet that we go to, also said that she is developing another egg. So that's good, I guess. Hopefully that one doesn't become impacted, but hope for no egg binding and hope for maybe some good eggs from her. She's given us a couple duds. Dude, you gotta start doing your job, homie. Please. Right next to them, we have another tank of 2 female ciliaris. This one back there, you can see her there, actually has an egg in her still, which is, again, super annoying. But dollar stores finally opened up last week, so we can go get them a proper lay bin besides this little tiny thing down here, and hopefully that will help. But yeah, she laid one of the eggs just out in the tank, and now the other one is just waiting to be deposited. So we are dosing her with the same oral calcium and hoping for a successful laying. Now over here, we have the Urodactylodes viardi. We also have a ton of babies all here. And super excitingly, I just looked over here. More of you little guys. So if you guys are interested, I'm debating putting together a United States shipment. So essentially that is me selling to a bunch of different people. But you guys all get your Urodactylodes VRD. You only pay one export price, and then they are shipped from one central person. So if you guys are interested in that, shoot me a message on Instagram or send me an email. You can find it on my YouTube account. But yeah, there's two little babies in here. The self-promotion aside, we can check out the adults who are in here. That's one of the females. And the other female is also sitting on top of the male. You can see him back there. Well, there. And of course, she's ruling the roost. They are behemoths compared to the males. But their tank is a fully customized dry lock, all that stuff, and is looking pretty good. Live plants, and it's actually working out well for the babies. We can find the eggs quite easily, and yeah, those of you that say you can't breed anything in a bioactive tank, you're wrong. Different species of Urodactylodes are found over here. Over here we have Urodactylodes occidentalis. They don't have a common name, so that's all you're getting. And these are just Urodactylodes occidentalis. That is the male. The female is up there, chilling. And their tank is kind of similar to the other one. Obviously different branch placement, but overall very similar because we want to keep it kind of simple, but yet also super effective and looking nice. Those are them. Alrighty, I pulled the morning geckos off the top of the rack. Unfortunately, they are still in their bin. However, I am finally working on their upgrade. Their upgrade is into a 12 by 12 by 18. I am working on a video for it, and it is in the process of being made. Today, I am actually carving it all, and then we'll probably start on my first round of dry lock, but you can see a couple eggs down there. Exciting stuff. You saw the big female there, and then there's some babies putzing around in here as well. So, plenty of morning geckos. Like I said, they are being upgraded now that I'm working basically full-time on YouTube and animal care. Stuff is getting done a lot faster. We can swing over to the favorite crew, the Euros. Hi, Hugo. Hi, buddy. How are you? Come here. Okay, I'll back the camera up. Hi. Such a good guy. So pretty. Just such a chill lizard. For being LTC, which for those of you who don't know, that means long-term captive, because at one point he was a wild caught, and so was the female Olga. These were both wild caught, and it's a huge problem that I'm really hoping to work towards fixing, I guess, is producing these guys captive bred in Canada. There's a couple breeders of them, but not a whole lot, so I would just love to add these guys' genes to the gene pool. Olga is looking double extra thick. She laid eggs on Christmas of, I guess, 2020, and I'm really hoping that she will lay again here soon. They're both wanting food, but we are getting greens for you guys tonight, so they will be fed later in the evening. And yeah, their tank, pretty simple, but very effective. It's a 4 foot by 2 foot by 18 inch tall. We got the deep heat projector. We got a heat bulb. We got UVB, excuse me. We got UVB standard, just a daylight bulb for no UVB. And yeah, they got some hides. It's mostly natural rock besides the blue bin there, but hopefully I didn't have to tell you that. And then the actual cave on top of the rock as well is just a standard PetSmart cave or whatever, as well as that Exoterra cave right down there. So these guys are doing fantastic as always. That is Hugo and Olga, the Uromastyx geri, or the Saharan Uromastyx. From there, we can move on to the northern blue-tongued skink, Indy. This is Mr. Indy. Hello. You are a colossal derp. As per most blue-tongued skinks. Don't hate me for that water dish. It was literally cleaned 15 minutes ago. He's been putzing around dumping soil into his water, so You guys can complain all you want about dirty waters, but sometimes when they're out and about, it happens. Just like Shell. His water is perfectly clean, but I guarantee you if I swung by here by the end of the video, or even in a couple minutes, you'll find that it's not quite so clean. But that is Indy, the beautiful, majestic northern blue-tongued skink. He's got UV, heat, all the above. That's a 4x2x2, 120 gallon. And finally down here, we have, back there, the yellow Ackie Vulcan. Looking menacing as ever. This is his tank here. Again, it's a 4x2x2. Fairly basic monitor setup. About 8 inches of soil, or I guess it's all compacted now, so probably 6 inches of soil. And works very well. Normally I start with him, but we started somewhere else this time. This is Tytula, the Fijian banded iguana. He typically hates cameras, but he's getting a lot better with Bree and I. He like hates cameras. Okay. Okay. Ugh. I know the audio will be terrible, but dude, why? What are you doing? Yeah, go back there. Are you back in? Yeah. All right, we should be back to some decent audio now. But yeah, that's Tytula, the Fijian banded iguana. As I said, he's getting a little bit more friendly with Bree and I, which is great. But again, typically not a huge fan of cameras, but clearly he wanted to make an adventure of the video today. So very handsome boy. We love him dearly. And I actually got an email from Universal Rock about 2 weeks ago saying that our order is coming up. So background for the tank pretty soon here. Then we'll be rocking and rolling with his brand new setup and display tank. I am super excited to get him out of this Exoterra. It's a little small for him because he is kind of active throughout the day, although not as active as most other iguanas, I will admit, but he deserves as much space as he can have. So really excited about that. And I'm gonna put the camera down before he jumps out again. 1 sec. All right, I have since rectified the problem. He is now secured in his tank and is looking majestic as ever. So that is Tytula, the Fijian banded iguana. All of you Americans can get a little bit jealous, and us Canadians can enjoy them freely. Well, not free. They're not free. But with that said, we can move down to the beautiful florist floor, where you can find Bree's rainbow boa setup. This is not all live plants, where I will admit the pothos is live. The Tradescantia is alive, and I think she planted, yeah, that over there. That is some lipstick vine that she's testing out. But there will be some renovations made on this. Rather than just having the one LED kind of centralized in the tank, you can buy plant grow lights on Amazon for like $40, and you get 3 strips of 12 inches. So we're gonna mount those up throughout the tank and just provide a little bit more light. Eventually end up adding some more live plants because, let's face it, live plants are where it's at. So pretty solid enclosure. Really happy with what Bree did. I did nothing with this enclosure. This was like you can do it if you can do it. Have at her. And she did it. She killed it. I'll not take any credit away from her for what she did. So that is the rainbow boa setup. He's getting pretty big. I can throw in a picture and show you guys how big he is now, but yeah, he's not out right now. So basically, the last portion of this video is the rack section, my least favorite section of the reptile room because they are racks, but I think we do pretty well with rack keeping, to be honest, compared to a lot of other keepers. So I'll just say that and leave it there. We can discuss it in the comments if you like, but look. Lucasium Damium, the beautiful, charismatic little goofballs. They want to see everything. They're interested in everything. She will consume my finger promptly, I'm sure. Such cool Australian species of gecko that not many people know about. We have 1.2. This female looks way different than the one that I just showed you. This one has a lot more pastels and is just overall a lighter color. It doesn't really come across very well on video because right now she actually looks pretty dark, and that's the the darkest I've actually seen her. But, are you gonna eat my finger too? Yeah. They don't like handling very much, but you can see how interactive they are. Man, I tell you, when we're sitting here at the little like desk here, feeding Bree's hognoses when we had them, or the mangrove snake that you guys saw last night, these three, Larry, Moe, and Curly, even though that's not their names, that's a joke, the three stooges are at the front of their bins, very front, their bins, sitting at the edge, just staring perfectly down at the table. You can all tell. They're all watching the exact same thing. I really, really hope we're able to produce these. Like I said, we do have a 1.2, so that's a trio. So that's 1 male, 2 females. That's the Leucasium danium. Bree does have one last hognose left. It's being picked up or delivered. I'm not sure, really. I'll show you him in a room tour I'm doing of the guy who's coming up to the last few animals in the reptile room. We have my first and currently only snake. That is Saguaro, the beautiful... Not in there. Beautiful. There we go. Lampropeltis pyromilana woodeni, or commonly known as the Arizona mountain king snake. He's getting much bigger. I did film a video of him, and maybe if you guys want to go check it out, I'll leave it in whatever corner that you need to go to watch videos. I still should probably figure that out. Yeah, he's doing wonderful. I've mentioned it in every single video that I've shown him. They will be getting upgraded to those black PVCs down there. Probably pretty soon. I think he's too big now to wedge under or between anywhere and get out of those tanks. So in the next probably month or two, he will be moved over there. I don't really have a whole lot to say with him, other than next time I go to Arizona, I will be begging my Arizona friends to take me to see if they can find any of these guys. It might not be the same locale or color morph, but as long as it's Pyromilana, that's all that I care. Let him be in his tank, and we'll pull out another snake. And the second to last animal is Bree's beautiful gray-banded king snake. This is Scoria. She is a stunner. There you go. Whoo-hoo-hoo! Dang! Beauty. Perfect banding. She's a great eater, which a lot of gray bands aren't, unfortunately. A lot of gray bands will only eat geckos and stuff at the start. Not my personal snake, you know, so I don't have a whole lot to say about her. Other than the fact that Bree chose a beautiful specimen, at least in my opinion. Granted, I'm an untrained snake imposter. Rounding it out with the final animal that we own, or I guess reptile that we own, is Mabel. She is just a standard hognose snake. Beautiful, but just a normal. We figured if we're going to be producing some of the higher end morphs, or some morphs that range between prices of like $500 and $900, it would also make a lot of sense to just have a normal morph, and then we'll have hets for albino and such like that. But so we picked up this beautiful female about 2 months ago or so. She's settling in. She's actually bred with Lux. No eggs yet, but when there are, I will definitely be sure to show you guys. I don't think they're coming this year, though, to be totally fair. That's Mabel. All right, you guys, and that concludes the reptile room tour. That is all the animals that we own, all wrapped up in one video for you guys. We will be making a all my pets video at some point. Those are just a ton of work, so it will be coming, but it'll just be a little bit slower than the reptile room tours are able to be made. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. While you're down there, make sure to click the Show More tab. You can find all my social medias, merch. You can also find the link to the Levoit Air Purifier. Thanks again, Levoit, for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. Beyond that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll catch you on probably Friday for a new tank build. Let's go! Bye.